Hello, welcome back to Life Vocabulary, the place for cultural and creative commentary. I am Serena Hussein, here for podcasts, interviews and reviews, and this is a review of hip-hop and spoken word poetry night, Mind Over Matter. Now, just like hip-hop and rap, spoken word poetry is social commentary, giving voice to those we don't and can't always hear from in the mainstream, which is why it's proving to be a vital vehicle for change and inspiration. This review is of the July event that took place in North London, and I was so excited. There were two poets whom I've had the pleasure to interview right here on my podcast, but hadn't yet had the chance to watch perform in person. So I've chosen LIONHEART, Broken Pen and SALMA EL-WARDANY to look at and talk about some short clips which will be provided whilst I provide some commentary. So a little bit about Mind Over Matter. They are an independent project and they aim to break down the stigma attached to and widen the conversation around mental health by discussing it through spoken word poetry and hip hop. They host spirited, powerful events showcasing the best of up and coming talent, as well as established artists to discuss the difficult realities of mental health. Self-expression for them is about providing a platform for people to express their ideas and lived experiences in their own unique way. It's all about collaboration, supporting signed and unsigned artists, and welcoming projects with other entities and organizations. Community, for sure, is about creating an inclusive space and inspiration, encouraging others to share their art free of judgment. The lineup of open micers was incredible, which took us into the later hours. The audience warm and embracing, definitely a community vibe, which I know is quite common within the performance poetry world. Business partners Fisky and Miss Yankee, both poets as well, have really created something special in London, especially since they shared their stage with some really talented young musicians who were there to save Sound School. Sound School aims to change people's lives with their music industry, college and community. So the event reflected community diversity, the voice of the people, a representation of angst and actual day-to-day emotion and thought that goes through people and their lives. It was refreshing, disturbing and hilarious to hear. These nights are really something that are giving the people what they want. They want to feel and they want to be moved. Perhaps we want to be provoked into feeling something we've buried deep within, or perhaps something that we know nothing about. Spoken word is most definitely an art form blowing up, and I think the reasons for this is that the license that it gives for more real expression of thought and ideas. Storytelling, the power of it, and truly insightful diversity of stories and perspectives told, and performance, the fact that it is so immediate and engaging. So now, not all spoken word events can boast organisation, a representative lineup of performers, community and wider support, and a welcoming space for expression, but Mind Over Matter can. Check them out online. Let's get straight into it. I'm gonna look at 3 clips by the performers and just give you a little bit of commentary. So let's get straight into it. First up, Broken Pen.
All of us are actualizations of the Almighty, awesome and all likely to adorn auras of brightness before biting into beings belittled by beings of frequencies below 90. Beauty restored by blessings beyond binary boundaries. Born Babylon, become brave, be bold. Connections carefully. Craving companionship can cause calamity. Don't dilly-dally. Delaying decisions will definitely disrupt your destination. Dreadful dogmas, disguised as deities, demanding duties, establishing energies. Enough empathy to emotionally elevate your enemies. Ecstasy enhances everything, especially when entering entities. Eventually, fickle feelings fall far from the facade fabricated by forever. Friendship forged from fears of facing fallacies, fictitious fantasies, famished families, grieving in this gentrification generation. Greed generated by ground getting gated, God-given gifts gradually getting gutted, gangsters grabbing guns. How far has our hesitation helped heartlessness? What? Hatred has homes held hostage, killed the hippocampus. Hunger has a horrid history. HMP holds hurt humans humbled by hindering how they heal. Imagine ignoring the importance of injustice imposed by incarceration. It's interesting. I immediately identify the institution, imprison the impoverished, isolating insurgents, just so the jury can judge. Join justice. Justify Judas's jealousy towards Jesus. Keyword 2K18 kinda keeps kings kneeling. Kemet lost. Literally leaving leaders looking like liars. Logic left lethargic.
Listen, indeed. Gosh, there's so much there. Number one, I love that Broken Pen took the stage and he just removed the mic, and it was all really about him kind of being able to move. That mic stand would have gotten in the way. The mic would have gotten in the way of his style of performance, which is something that he calls air bending. He was here having a conversation on my podcast and really talked about how he kind of visualizes the words, and others have given him that feedback as well about how they visualize the words that he speaks. I love his dynamism. He really uses the stage, the back and forth kind of reactions and the response he gets from the crowd, and he's just very, I would say, proficient, very comfortable and confident on stage. And I think perhaps that comes from his experience rapping and just being very close to his words. He for sure brings a real vibrant kind of energy to the stage, but also just to the setting. Even when he's not performing, it doesn't matter who's going on stage or coming off, he's really cheering for them. You always hear Broken Pen supporting, so you've got to check him out. Links are provided. Let's get into SALMA. I tell you, okay, with SALMA, there are some things that SALMA talks about and for sure has written, and I'm not always in agreement, but I just love her delivery, how authentic she is. She's real. She's a really powerful poet. You got to check her out. But let's just get into this one. You know I love bars, and when we get to the end of this clip, it's like bars. But anyway, okay.
Tell me, do you like it like that? Or do you like it like this? How about when I twist and turn my body just the way you like? Tell me, do you like it like that? I think you do, because you call me your good girl, and I wonder why I've got to be so bad to be good for you. I think the way I'm bending mustn't be good for me, because the ache in my back that lasts for days tells me I wasn't meant to bend like that. I've become more paper mache than bones these days, more fantasy than woman, more silent than satisfied. I have become your favorite chair you ease into after a long day's work. I have become a good girl. And by good, I mean excellent, I mean superior, I mean quality, I mean of a higher standard. I mean, we good girls give good loving, the kind of love that will elevate you to new heights, because you cannot give that much of yourself to another person without them making wings out of your body and flying to greatness. I mean, we good girls give good head, the kind of head that will listen to your every worry and become a beautiful mind just to solve your problems. I mean, we good girls give good back, the kind of back you can place any weight upon it, because we know a thing or two about pain and have learned to bear it each month. And by weight, I mean your ego, because we've never carried anything heavier than that.
Oh, the last bar. So there were just so many things about that that I just adored. You know, we're talking about kind of sexual themes and intimate themes and relationship themes. But again, she's a poet who really owns the stage. And, you know, she's just, whether it's the case that she's a really seasoned performer or just damn right talented, or just kind of more experienced at kind of delivering this style of poetry, it just really connects. And I love the rhythm. Again, it's about saying fewer words and not necessarily kind of filling up all the gaps and giving the audience the opportunity to really absorb. And it's something that Lionheart does for sure. But yeah, just another one for the bars, Salma. Something I like about Lionheart is that he's just very, how do I describe this? So when I interviewed him, I just got a real sense of just how much self-belief he has. And interestingly enough, this poem is about self-doubt. But what I really appreciate about this is that the poem's not a new one, but it feels very new. And that's great that he's able to bring it to life every single time he performs it. Let's get back into it.
There are things we won't say. Till this day, I believe if self-doubt was a religion, it would be the only thing we'd believe in. But it's not our fault. Believe it or not, there's an insecure person hidden inside each and every one of us, and each morning, none of us discuss how tough it is or how much of a struggle it is to wake up and have blind dates with a mirror that wishes it could see other people. We're insecure by default. The world's biggest joke is that we are all born equal. It doesn't take a genius to see us suffering from self-hatred. Kids learn at early ages that the best looking is usually the teacher's favorite. Or how cuter siblings are disciplined different for doing exactly the same thing. Isn't it amazing how the people we like find us fit for friendship, but out of shape for dating? So the phrase being pretty hurts is an overstatement, because being ugly kills.
And again, these are just clips. I love the fact that Lionheart takes his time and he's allowing for the audience to really absorb every word and every bit of meaning that he's presenting us with. He headlined this event and he has been in hibernation creating some other project. Overall, I just want to say that the talent at this event at Mind Over Matter was incredible. The audience just really receptive to all kinds of voices gracing the stage. It's really up to us to support these kinds of platforms. I believe are so integral for us to see the kind of social change that we really require. And I really believe that the vehicle of spoken word poetry is going to be one of the really powerful ways that we are actually able to see the change that we really need. But also just to simply enjoy some incredible storytelling, to have a laugh, to connect with others. It's a very raw and real environment. And so you can strip away a lot of bravado and ego and just kind of see people for who they really are. And that's what I really loved about this event in particular, and the attitude that Miss Yankee and Fisky have. You know, they're very approachable and they really set the tone. So big shout out to Fisky and Miss Yankee, the organisers of Mind Over Matter. Guys, go follow the links, give them your support, and check out the poets as well. And give me some feedback. What did you think of this review? And if you want more of these, then go to my links and find out how you can connect and support and get involved. I'm Serena Hussein for Life Vocabulary, the place for cultural and creative commentary, podcasts, interviews, and reviews.